A trader makes $131 million in profit. Meanwhile, for Bitcoin, market analysts think the next target for Bitcoin is $85,000. And by 2025, Ethereum should trump over gold. So let's talk about this in today's video. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. As I mentioned in the intro, we have here a few profitable stories from traders. The first one is a trader that with Ethereum, so a huge token, he made almost 100% over the span of 2 years. So this guy bought $150 million of Ethereum back when it was $1,500 back in 2022, and he sold Ethereum at $3,000. So he deposited 150 million and he exited with 214 million. Meanwhile, he's still holding 20% of that first amount that he bought back in 2022, and that right now is worth $68 million. So he's still holding 20% of the amount that he bought, but that is a huge trade that he did, buying almost at the very bottom back in 2022, and he exited. He sold 70,000 Ethereum for $214 million, making a profit of $131 million. So if you want to find out more about this story, look on chain, on Twitter, on X. They analyzed the whole trade right here. You can see this whale bought 96,000 Ethereum back in 2022 at 1567 on September 3rd and September 4th, 2022, and he exited in March this year at 3,062 US dollars. So huge trades, but this isn't the craziest one. We have another one like this post right here saying there was a Shiba Inu holder that was holding SHIB for 3.5 years, and guess what? He spent 2 Ethereum. So at the time it was $2,622. So 2 ETH to buy 48 billion SHIB tokens. And that was February 1st, 2021. And he held that through highs and lows. He held that and he exited this year for 278 Ethereum, which is a total profit of $1 million. So he spent less than $3,000 and he made $1 million out of it. These things, you can only see those in crypto, and people think crypto is a scam, crypto is not worth it because they see huge numbers like these. But with meme coins, you have the possibility of doing things like that. So he got a total gain of 419x. That is 41,000% returns. So with that being said, let's look at Bitcoin and Ethereum to see what's going on with them and how do I see this week going for both of them. So currently Bitcoin is at $63,000 and Ethereum is at $2,500. The Fear and Greed Index is smash in the middle at 51 points. So usually when it goes to the red is extreme fear, when it goes to the green is extreme greed. And right now we are neither. We're right in the middle because no one knows what's going to happen to Bitcoin. No one knows what's going to happen to Ethereum, and everyone is just waiting it out. So for Bitcoin, you can see that we touched the Bollinger, and these past few days, so Friday, Saturday, and today, Sunday, we haven't seen a lot of movement from Bitcoin itself. Same thing for Ethereum. Yesterday was the last green candle. It touched the top of the Bollinger, and today we have a red candle. So what we could do is to look at calls right here to sell a call, because we don't seem to have a lot of movement on the upside, just to the downside to wait for the Bollinger to open a little bit more. So that would be my guess on what I would personally do with options. I would just sell calls right here. Usually I'm doing these before I go to bed, before I go to sleep. So this way I have a very short time frame of time to expiration date for the option, and I can still get some juicy premiums out of it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to open a position in today's video, but if I do, we can share the screen and results here. Meanwhile, for liquidations for Bitcoin, we have two big places here. The first price is 62,251. This is the bottom of the liquidation heat map, you can see right here, and the top one, the strongest part, is at $63,431. So these ranges, as I'd like to explain in every video, these they're kind of like magnets. So they are strength magnets that push the price towards them, and when it hits those prices, those greenish areas right here, what ends up happening is there is a liquidation event. So it can liquidate short positions on the top side and long positions on the bottom side, and people actually lose money. So you can see I talk about liquidation a lot here in the channel. I show liquidations on the past 24 hours. Why do we do this? Because they are people who get liquidated by these areas right here. And these areas are, as I said before, they are magnets. So you should sell above or below these magnets, depending if you're selling calls or if you're selling puts. So this is a very good place to look for information on which options to sell or what is the strike that you should choose. Because again, these indicators, they are very specific and very good to describe areas in which price will be attracted to. You can see right here that it always touches a place where it was hot before. So you can see that the further we go back in time, it gets bluish, more bluish, but still you can see that it gets closer and sometimes it touches just to liquidate a lot of positions and then it goes back up. You can see right here, it touched right here, it touched right here, it touched again, it touched one more time right here, and now it is looking like it's gonna touch the upper part of Bitcoin. Same thing goes for Ethereum. If we go to Ethereum right here, Ethereum is actually stronger on the bottom part. So very, very strong right here on the 2542. And at the top side, we have a few hot areas right here. The first one is at 2600 and the second one is at 2640. So these are two extreme heat areas of where there's a lot of liquidation potential for, in this case, shorts right here, and at the bottom for longs. It means that there's a lot of long positions open. They are believing that Ethereum will go up. So as I said before in the last video, I believe we have this bullish flag right here that is happening. And even though we are on the downside, we are looking at the downtrend right now, we most likely will see Bitcoin breaking this top part of the channel. And when it usually does, it repeats the first leg that it had outside of this flag. So everyone is believing that Bitcoin will be looking at $85,000 for the next short step. So before it reaches the 100K or even higher than that, the first step that people are seeing is the 85K that it should go to right after it breaks from this pattern. And when we look at quarterly returns, you can see that usually Q4 is the best place for you to hold your Bitcoin and also your Ethereum. No, actually for Ethereum is the Q1 of the beginning of the year, but for Bitcoin is for sure the end of the year. So Q4, you can see for Q4 on average has returns of 88% or 56% on the medium. Meanwhile, for Q4 on Ethereum, we're looking at 23%, but on Q1, 92% so far. So holding Ethereum and Bitcoin throughout Christmas and throughout New Year's Eve is the best thing to do. And what we're going to be also doing is we're going to be taking profits from this and opening calls, buying calls for early January, early March, early April. This way we know we're going to get this full potential here of Q4 and the beginning of Q1 to profit on top of these assets. So on top of Bitcoin and on top of Ethereum. Another interesting thing that I want to point out that was pointed out to me is that the Bitcoin gold ratio is most likely going to be increasing by a lot. So from speculators, from people that are analyzing both, gold also saw a huge spike in price a few days ago. So gold is also performing very, very well. But Bitcoin, being the digital gold that it is, a lot of people use Bitcoin gold as a way to analyze the market. So they compare Bitcoin to the price of gold. And a lot of people think that in 2025 or in the next bull run, Bitcoin will outperform gold by 400%. And of course, these numbers are speculations. You don't have to believe them to be black and white, but these give you an understanding of what is the market feeling towards both assets. Because again, I do like gold, I do like precious metals, and that is very interesting to see a lot of people comparing gold to Bitcoin. So I personally do not agree that it's going to go up this much percentage on top of gold. I don't think that ratio is right, mainly because gold is also going to spike in price, especially if the global economy suffers a little bit more. So there's a recession in the United States, or now we have huge talks of war. So there's war talk all over the Middle East, all over Russia and Ukraine. These are picking up a little bit of steam, and that brings negativity to everything everything else to the markets, which brings gold prices up. And last but not least, showing again the flag that I showed before and the target price for the short range for Bitcoin, we're seeing right here $85,000, and that is as long as Bitcoin decides to break the resistance on the top and just go with the flow and keep going up throughout Q4 and Q1. Another thing that we see for the monthly returns is that in 2015 and 2016 being one of the halving years, 2015 and 2016, September, October, November, December were huge months. We're green all the way. And we saw this repeating for 2023 and now 2024 being halving year. We most likely will see history repeating itself right here. So you can see 2015, we had back-to-back 4 months in the green. Then we have 2016, also back-to-back 4 months in the green. This did not happen to 2019 and 2020, even though Q4 of 2020 was amazing, being halving year. And now we have 2024, which last year had huge returns as well. So we are hopeful that history will rhyme and we're going to see not only a good September, but also good October, November, and December, reflecting what we saw in 2016. So this is it for today's news. If you came here from the last video, from Satoshi's video, a lot of people got in from that video, so welcome to the channel. If you want to try out Bitopics, if you want to trade options with Bitopics, it is very simple, very easy. The only thing you need to do is register with the link below in the description. So very easy, just get in, join. If you don't want to trade, you can go to the copy trading. That one is giving almost 10% ROI per month with the copy trading strategy from one of our traders. So if that's interesting to you, check it out. The link's going to be in the description. It's not going to cost you anything. So feel free to check it out and to register today. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday for another video. Peace.